Today I want to tell you how you can find a real guru. I mean, most of the gurus nowadays are commercial or uh, not real or just confuse themselves. And because I've spent a lot of years in my life searching for the real one and finding a good number of wrong ones, I decided to make this video just to help other people who are in the same predicament and just help them not make the mistakes that I have made, and I have made plenty of them. I'm posting it on an ayahuasca channel. Although it has only indirect connection with ayahuasca, I will mention the ayahuasca, the legends, the false legends of ayahuasca shamans only towards the end of the video. And the main reason, the main connection with ayahuasca and the theme of the false gurus is that actually she helped me to understand uh, the truths. I hope they're the truths that I'm gonna share with you in this video. So, first of all, who is a guru? A guru is not somebody who makes you a preaching slave to, expand his divine mission in the world, um, or somebody who makes you lead a strange life in some strange ashram and get disconnected from the society. A guru is actually somebody who really helps you um, discover the potentials of your real self, who makes you connect with the divine cosmic energy. Some people call it God. Um, and not somebody who just wants to manipulate you. This is the main thing. So I'm gonna list a few points here, and if you find that your guru or a guru you are thinking about uh, following, if he's got any of them, I would just basically advise you to skip you and search for a real one. The first and foremost, you know, sign by which you can know a false guru is that he thinks that preaching, he says that preaching is the most important thing. Preaching is not the most important thing. I mean, that will be the most important for his business or his fantasies, but is not the most important for you. And if somebody is putting the main stress on that, you should know for sure that he is not leading you the right way. Second, if he claims, the second sign by which you can know a false guru is if he can claims that only by his special teachings and by his special lineage you can go to some special destination after that, especially, of course it's after that. He can hardly show anything to you before that. That's why he promises it, with a slight delay. And he says that because his teachings and because his lineage is so special, only he can bring you there, and the others, they are inferior. They don't have that special knowledge. Yeah, that is one sure sign that you have met a false guru. Another thing, or another sign that should definitely ring a bell for you that you're going the wrong way, if the guru has a number of girlfriends among his followers. I mean that I'm not against girlfriends, boyfriends, and it's quite normal for everybody to has, and it's even more normal to be among his followers. But the point that I'm making is that if there are quite few of them, I mean girlfriends, and he's changing them regularly, that is the uh, suspicious thing. Otherwise, I'm not against having girlfriends, boyfriends. There is um, you know, quite a good body of historic evidence that even Jesus Christ probably had his girlfriend, Maria Magdalene. It is said in the old books they were kissing here and there and where, and so many other things. So I'm not against love or having girlfriends in general. One other sign by which you can know the false guru, and a sign that is especially common nowadays, is that they're trying to preach some sort of a false renunciation, telling you that material energy, the matter in which our soul is dressed, is dirty and should be hated and should be avoided by any means. And basically, you start hating your life, which is something extremely dangerous because as I have stressed in all my previous videos, we design our life in the same way as the painter makes his painting with his brush. We design it with our thoughts, and if we start thinking and hating our own life and our own body and our own existence, I promise you that nothing good is gonna come out of it. Only bad things are gonna happen to you with a slight delay, not immediately. But whatever you're thinking in this life, you're basically preparing what will actually happen for you in the next. And what is happening for you in this life is what you have been thinking in your previous life. It's just taking, the thoughts are taking material form. This is not just my own philosophy. It's also Vedic philosophy. You can find mention in the Vedic scriptures that in our realm, which is Bhumi, we belong to kind of the middle belt of planets. And with we are our soul is dressed with a matter of such a density that it does take usually a lifetime for the thoughts to take a form, to become manifest as happenings, as material objects, as our destiny in life, things like that. In other realms, in the higher realms of the thinner astral realms, I'm talking Vedic philosophy, those things happen quite immediately. But fortunately for some people, or unfortunately for other, for us it takes a time for the thoughts to manifest. This is the door to the other side. That's what the false guru would say. Actually, it's a nice historic door. Yeah. So, gurus who would be teaching this type of confusion, that matter is to be hated and avoided by any way, and material enjoyment is some sort of bad thing, um, they are the type of gurus which are not on very advanced level themselves. They're probably commercial, and they're trying to teach something spiritual which they do not understand very well, and they're misled by these church conceptions, which I think came into the Christianity uh, in the centuries after Jesus Christ. I don't think these ideas originated from Jesus Christ themselves, that we should hate our material existence, our life. That's a school. And it doesn't mean we have to hate school. I mean, school is a serious thing. Schooling is a serious thing. You have to be responsible. You have to be on time. You have to be there. You have to learn your lessons. But it doesn't mean you have to sit like a mummy and never smile and not have fun while learning and meeting great people and enjoying life. And I mean, after all, why do we go to school? So that we can enjoy afterwards, right? That's the point of schooling anyway. I really think that we exist to enjoy. Just some people don't understand what is enjoying. I mean, we have been so much brainwashed by all kinds of media nowadays. And some people actually identify enjoying with really activities of ignorance, like getting drunk or going to some artificial places filled with artificial people. And to somebody who wants to connect to their deeper nature and still feel that they want to come out of this vicious circle of this so-called enjoyment but cannot leave the idea away, I would recommend some very simple beginner steps like meditation, only 10 to 15 minutes a day, and as much as possible spending time out in nature. That's what I would recommend to them, to those people who still think that real enjoyment means getting drunk. Being in deep ignorance is not real enjoyment. uh, yeah. So if you see a guru who wants you to hate life, pass by, go to the other one, go in the other direction. Okay, so I'm going in the other direction. I didn't like this type of guru. The next sign by which you can know the false guru is that he puts you in some sort of strange life, in some dodgy or dirty ashram, and disconnects you from your friends and relatives, and actually makes you live uh, I mean a strange life. This has nothing to do with spirituality. Indeed, it's a obvious sign that you are going the wrong way. Going the right way spiritually means that actually you can connect better with your relatives and people, even if they do not understand, even if they have no idea what is spirituality. Actually, I myself, I'm of the opinion that life is a school, and it is not necessary to be aware that you are part of a play. I mean, some people take life so seriously, they don't even understand that they are just wearing masks and costumes, and that the soul is by itself not, how to say, connected with these different roles you play. The soul is different. So some people play these roles very seriously, but they still learn their lessons. And they learn them actually in some cases much better than people who are so-called spiritual people and go to live in some dirty ashram, although they were uh, born in a place where cleanliness is respected. Don't forget, cleanliness is what was it, first to godliness, something like that. I mean, some confused gurus, from India especially, they're so confused themselves that they say, oh, this is a simple life. No, this is not a simple life. This is unhygienic life, and being unhygienic has nothing to do with leading a simple life. Simple life means the lifestyle that the British found centuries ago when they presumably discovered India, they found a very well preserved culture and a large population living in incomparably better and cleaner conditions than nowadays. That is real simple life. And when I have been to really remote villages of India, I remember seeing very clean conditions. I mean, the huts were simple. They were all covered with this how to say, cow waste mixture with dirt and a cow waste, which by the way has a lot of antiseptic properties. I mean, it kills germs. They sweep it regularly. Those who still lead the very traditional life, they sweep it regularly. They live very simply and very purely. That is pure and simple life. Pure and simple life is not what you see on the streets of Delhi nowadays. That is just disgusting. I mean, it is, after all, we the Europeans, we came with this. We got this idea of you know to take bath every day and get a bit cleaner from the Indians. I mean, when the first explorers went to India, they brought back this strange news that those people bathe every day. While I mean, even the aristocrats in Europe at that time were not bathing every day. In this high class French society of that time, they would take a bath, I mean, according to the historic records, few times per year. I mean, fleas were breeding by thousands under their wigs. I mean, they were somewhat famous for their romantic stories. I don't know how they were smelling. And okay, let's go, not to go in these details. Just my point was, don't go to gurus who make you live in strange ashrams, and especially in dirty ashrams. If somebody is putting you in some sort of situation which is even worse than the one you were living uh, in the so-called standard society, be sure you're going the wrong way. So, how do the gurus get manufactured nowadays? First of all, the biggest place for guru exports is India, I think. Many people confuse Indians with people who know something about yoga or something about spirituality. I don't think there is any reason to think that the gurus who are white and born in white society have any less mm, chance to be genuine nowadays. Because, I mean, gradually to be a Brahmin in India has turned into a profession. I mean, years ago it used to be a kind of honor for people who really have achieved some level in meditation, in self-understanding, in understanding their soul, and they simply wanted to teach it to others. And we find in the old Vedic books information that at that time those who belonged to the Brahmin caste, to the caste of the priests, they belonged there because of their qualities. Because of their qualities, pay attention. However, now gradually nowadays, belonging to a particular caste has become a matter of birthright. I mean, if you are born in the family of Brahmins, you are a Brahmin, and in India you can marry only in that caste. You can marry only a Brahmin girl or a boy, and your children will definitely belong to that caste. However, that was not the case in real Vedic times, when the genuine Vedic culture was flourishing. So gradually it all became professional. So guru in India means nowadays somebody who belongs to the Brahman. caste, not somebody who has knowledge of the inner self and more knowledge about the self in different dimensions. So be aware, Indian preacher does not mean somebody who knows more about spirituality than you yourself. And now, how there is also a tendency I've noticed of ayahuasca shamans to be also um, put in the position of kind of gurus, and it's quite funny how that happens. I've seen it with my own eyes in Peru. Because people in Peru don't have really the good education as Indians have. I mean, Indians, they can put up together a very good speech. They can be much better educated than us. But in Peru, people hardly have those abilities. I mean, it's rare. Somebody must have studied in Lima or something. So the shamans, they're simple people. And it is totally irrelevant if they have spiritual knowledge or not. The point is, they do not have the language capability to convey to us anyway. We don't know even if they have or not. However, the idea of the white people who visit there, they already come with their ideas that if somebody is drinking ayahuasca, he must be godly and pure person, and tell him everything about God, and whatever the shaman says is is absolutely true. They come with these ideas and they start asking, usually via some translator, different question. And Peruvians, they're very polite people, you know, so, simple, sweet people, and they simply say yes to everything. Doesn't matter they understand the question or not. And once the things that the white person was thinking about the shamans get confirmed by this yes, I mean, the shaman becomes God, and then he's telling how great is this shaman to other white people, and then there are so many people who are convinced about it that simply there is no doubt about it. And well, at the same time, I'm not saying the shamans have anything to do with that, or their spiritual level has anything to do with these fairy tales. I mean, they're spiritually advanced people in every country, even in Peru, even amongst the shamans. So it doesn't mean that the shamans are not these things. However, don't forget that nowadays, unfortunately, we are living in such times that people with real spiritual knowledge are very, very rare. So the chances of this are quite minimal for, for a human being that has been, uh, adorned with all these qualities he's supposed to have just because he's a shaman. So that is how gurus are manufactured, and unfortunately, most of the gurus nowadays are not genuine. I would strongly agree with the Bible that at the end, towards the end times, which seems to be coming near. I don't mean end of the world. I just mean end of this age of hypocrisy and the beginning of the golden age, which I hope to see with my own eyes one day. Not sure about it, but hope is a good thing. Maybe I should make a video about the new age. Yeah, I lost my thought now. Maybe it's time to finish. Well, thank you for listening to this video about how we manufacture gurus, and hope that you don't make the same mistakes that I made. Have a nice day. Bye bye.